Welcome back to We Care a Lot. I'm half of the podcast, Mel.
And I'm the other half, Sam.
Hey.
Ew, I was doing the voice thing already.
I
From the get.
We were just talking about how women tend to speak with like a up little situation when they end their sentences, and apparently that means you're looking for fucking approval.
Oh my god.
So I don't know, I think now I'm like extra conscious of it. Like when I said welcome back to We Care a Lot, I know that I did it for a fact.
I said Sama.
Sama. So yeah, anyway, we're playing around with our voices, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
Sounds all scary.
So today we have like a topic that discusses the inner dialogue of our minds.
Yeah.
Kind of a
I don't believe
one.
it. I don't believe it when people say that they don't have one. Like, how do you not?
Yeah.
Like, when you think that's the voice,
yeah,
everyone thinks, right?
I guess so.
But, like, people say they don't have an inner dialogue. Like,
To me, it's the same thing where, like, people say that they're not anxious or have ever been depressed. I'm like, how are we not the same? How are you a person who
that one I can buy more.
I think they're coincided. Like, I feel like people who are anxious have this, like, inner dialogue. And it's like,
yeah, but
it's
even
an
just,
effect
like,
of
doing stupid shit, I'll be like, la, la, la. Like, I'm talking myself through it.
No, literally.
So I'm like, other people don't do that.
They don't. Some people can't picture, like, they can't imagine with inside their, like, behind their eyes. So, like,
Have they never seen SpongeBob? Come on.
but I think what I'm saying is, like, if you ask them to think of a butterfly and they can't pop it up in their brain, like, behind their eyes type vibe, some people can't do that.
It's giving sociopathic behavior.
It's just giving, like, I can't believe we're all created so differently. Like, that's wild. Maybe it's a mental illness what we have, and, like,
But
normal people
a lot of
just
people
have
it.
a lot of people are mentally ill.
Well, fair enough. I can't wrap my mind around that. Now I'm gonna go ask everyone. Do you have an inner dialogue?
You should ask that guy you went on a date with.
I should.
Because I'm really curious. Like, I feel like all of my friends and I are mentally ill, so, like, we all probably have this inner
So it's
dialogue.
fine.
So it's fine. But
Like a random
just
stranger.
like a random stranger. Like, how are you living your life? It's wild to me. It really is.
I don't think I could marry someone without an inner dialogue. Like, what are you thinking about up there the whole time?
It's like a scary thought that somebody wouldn't have that, but also, like, it must be so peaceful.
Dude,
Like, it's so
I feel like
quiet.
it's lonely. that's giving sociopath.
That's giving schizophrenia, girl. No, but I understand what you're saying. Like, that, it sounds like...
It's like just me, myself, and I.
The thing is, it's like, it's very much like... In my head, I'm always like, it's for the plot, or, like,
no
main character energy. You know what I mean? Like, that shit, and that's literally...
Once you're living something, you're like...
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to, like, this weird thing for me where I keep seeing shit online. Like, if you talk to yourself in the mirror, you're literally, like, pre-schizophrenic.
I can't with
like
those
that.
things.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's
like,
crazy.
The breaking out in a British accent means you're autistic.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way. Me constantly breaking out in a British
and listen,
accent.
nothing wrong with mental illness.
No, there's not.
But it's just like, why do these things mean we're these things?
Exactly.
Like, it's weird.
I feel like TikTok is lying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
There's
you
a lot
can't
going on
deduce a mental illness to one thing.
But they're saying, like, it's a sign of...
Fair. The phrasing.
I'll take that.
The phrasing is all where it's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because some people will be like, "Yeah, you're autistic because you have a British accent."
Okay, that doesn't... Yeah.
So, baby,
I'm good.
rethink it. Fair enough.
But yeah, it's fucking wild. Like, some people don't have this inner voice. Is yours, like, do you
Me?
hear yourself, like, your own voice when you're talking back to
And I'm
yourself?
really, yeah, I think so.
Right? Okay.
I think
so
it's
don't
not
know-
like a man.
I wonder if some people, like, have a different, like, voice.
Should I look it up?
Maybe. Because
So
mine
curious.
sounds like me, too.
Maybe like a young me.
Oh.
Not like a child, but like high school.
High school you. Oh. Maybe that's because that's where you are
Mentally.
developmentally.
Do people have inner dialogues that's not their own voice? I don't even know if that's how I should ask. Theory says that a person hears a voice when they have actually talked to themselves in inner speech, but for some reason they don't recognize these thoughts as their own. Oh. The result is that a bit of inner speech that was actually produced by you becomes attributed to another person or voice. Okay, baby, I don't know what you're talking about in that. What? This one says that not everyone experiences it. It's just crazy to me. Who is the voice in my head? That's a scary Google question. I think most people, it's probably themselves.
Okay.
I'm not finding anything where it's like...
I feel like it's like probably borderline schizophrenic if you don't.
If it's not you.
That makes sense.
Good answer. Okay. Good answer. We're not diagnosing ourselves.
Don't be scared.
So yeah, I don't know. Now that I think about it, like, I'm sure some people don't have the inner dialogue all the time. I feel like mine's my bestie, and we're there just chit-chatting. Like,
yeah, mine is like constantly
they're so
going.
loud. So loud.
They're so loud, but sometimes it's like louder than like other times. Like, I feel like, again, back to that weird concept where like the record's always playing, but sometimes it's silenced. Like, that's kind of how it feels for me, unless I'm like actually like talking to myself inside. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like driving in the car especially. She's chit-chatting.
Oh, she's chit-chatting to the point sometimes like I get home and I'm like, I drove?
Literally.
Like autopilot vibes.
Kind of scary. Our inner dialogue, we just be going off.
It's off. It's always just like fucking saying something, and like it'll go into a spiral of just nonsense.
You know where that gets me in trouble is like if I'm having a conversation with someone and then I just out of nowhere bring up something entirely different, and they're like, how did you get there from what we were just talking about?
I was talking to myself.
Yeah. Up here we were having a different conversation, but like not really, you know what I mean? Yeah. It'll be like, oh my god, she brought up, it's like we're High School Musical, so now I'm like,
I was like, both of us are listening, but she's got like a different,
I got something else to say.
She has more to say than I do. Yeah, it's definitely.
Is she right now? Is she with us? Is she in the room?
Constantly. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, for me, I feel like it's trouble when, like, I literally kind of, like, go in and out of, like, speaking to the person who I'm actually talking to, because I'm thinking so many things.
We sound so
literally sound schizophrenic. I don't know, man.
But they get it. You guys get it. I know you get it.
Like, I'll kind of check out for, like, literally probably, like, 5 seconds, but then I'm like, okay, come back, because, like... But I think that's part of, like, why meditation is so hard for me. Because this bitch is always fucking going and thinking of the most random shit. It's almost like, okay, it's time to be, like, literally a kid, like, time to be quiet.
Literally quieting ourselves down inside.
And then she's just like, oh my god, you really want, like, a banh mi right now? Like, why do you, like...
Why does that sound so good? And oh my god, remember the one you had last week?
Literally, it's like, it was really spicy. And then it just keeps going. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? And I'm like, shut up, go to the next thing. Like, just...
Yeah, and then you catch yourself and you're like, no, never mind anyways.
Yeah. It's like catching yourself that's just like, damn, we did that again.
Usually if I'm in the car and I, like, missed a whole song or whatever... I'll replay it and then I'll be like, don't think about it. Don't think about anything else. Just sing the song, sing the lyrics, sing the pretty little lyrics.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's also part of why I've been enjoying like podcasts more. Because it feels like inner dialogue almost, because you're listening to something, talking.
Yeah.
And I can actually concentrate versus like music sometimes just feels like background noise. And I'm like,
still fuck myself up listening because I'll miss the whole story.
Yeah.
I'll be like...
You're like rewinding for like the last 3 minutes.
Literally. I'm like, why did you randomly start thinking about that?
It's so weird, dude. It's so weird. I don't understand it, honestly.
And then I get mad at myself. I'm like, you just wasted 10 minutes of this podcast. Like,
dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, to the very confusing part of the inner monologue, I think there's also a lot that it does for us. Like for our positivity, for the way that we like are trying to better ourselves, improve ourselves. Like, you gotta have a good connection with her because she's really loud a lot of the time. So it's like you gotta kind of train her and help her help you.
Now my thought is like, so if people don't have an inner monologue, I guess I'm calling it a dialogue because it's a convo between me and myself. But an inner monologue, like, do you not have negative self-talk?
Probably not. I'm telling you, I think it's very correlated with mental illness, in a sense.
So crazy. I never thought about...
Or at least with anxiety.
Wow.
You know, because I feel like anxious thoughts, I feel like it's the same, it's similar. So I feel like those people are probably more at peace, a little more content with their lives. I'm sure they get sadness.
And, for sure.
And like,
sadness is still...
like human feelings, for sure.
You said they're people?
Are you guys like reptiles? Because a little simple.
That's just crazy to me. Like, you don't look in the mirror and have thoughts? Do they still think? Like,
No,
I don't...
they do. They think... Now you mean like, are you stupid?
I'm like, do you have thoughts?
And I'm like, you don't feel anything. No, I think that they do think, but I think it's like, I don't know. I can't imagine it.
It's not a conversation. It's just like,
it's just a thought. Like I saw this girl who was talking about it, and she was like, I constantly think about how other people have this shit in their head, and I don't understand it. She's like, but like for example, when I think of a memory, I don't imagine the memory. Like, I can't literally see it, but I somehow remember it. Like, I'm not visualizing it. I'm not like running through the voices or like the things that I felt like, you know, it's just like the memory is this. Like, it's more of like,
so she doesn't have an inner monologue.
No.
Or imagination. I'm like, did you have imagination?
Do you imagine anything?
Oh my God.
No, so she was just like, it's just more of like matter of fact. Like, this is the memory. These things happened, but she doesn't like it. It's not like a whole like movie in her brain.
Is that something we should unlock in those people? Like, is it something you can access and you just haven't?
Is it
just that I've
evolved?
Accessed more of my brain than others?
Stupid. Yeah, I don't understand it.
I almost feel like that sucks too. Like, obviously there's good and bad to everything, and wow, the bad is screaming.
I'm grateful for my mental illness.
I'm so grateful for my anxiety right now. I'm such an imaginative person.
Yeah,
but like the part about like picture an orange and they don't picture it,
isn't that wild?
Like, what do you mean you don't picture it? You don't nothing?
I don't think they
just go, that's an orange. Like, I know what an orange looks like.
Yeah.
But I feel so dead in the eyes when I do that. Like, if I genuinely try to not imagine it.
Like, they see black behind their eyes. Like, they don't see anything.
What do dreams look like for them?
Good point. Do people without inner I'm sure they dream. Maybe that's the time where they do have, like...
Those moments
of, like... I don't know.
Everyone dreams the same way. Can you elaborate? At face value, I disagree. Imagine you lost your hearing. And that's it. But I don't think so, because even people who are born without hearing or vision, they dream differently, do they not? Differently. Yeah. Doesn't mean it's bad, just not the same.
I always wonder that too, like what people who are born like blind dream about. Or even if you weren't born blind.
Oh my God, let me
do you have like does your brain still like play visuals? You get what I'm saying?
No.
It doesn't.
I don't think so. I feel like I watched Molly Burke, if anyone knows her, about dreaming, and I feel like she mentioned like, yeah, I don't, but she had vision before, so maybe she did dream of things.
What I'm trying, but like, because it's a memory, like a memory of when you did have
I think
sight.
the memory of the
memory doesn't play with visuals in your head
when you are,
because like obviously right now I'm like I'm seeing this room, right? But I can still visualize what an orange looks like in my head.
Yeah.
Do you think they do that?
Yes. But I think if you were born without vision,
then
it's just all like, all the other senses is what you imagine. If you have an inner monologue, apparently.
Wild.
Listen to this. A Reddit post 2 years ago. Does anyone else have no internal monologue? I've been aware of my lack of internal dialogue for a long time, but only more recently I found out that a lack of ability to form mental pictures was also uncommon. For me, it honestly seems like a blessing.
Okay.
I just accept myself and don't question myself internally, which seems common for people with a dialogue second-guessing themselves. Love that for you.
Literally said you're mentally ill.
Oh, yeah. Aphantasia, no idea what that is.
That's what the name is, like.
Of when you don't have it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. On the other hand...
Aphantasia?
Aphantasia. Yeah. Often feels like a curse. I wondered why I never cared for beautiful places without knowing other people can actually, to some extent, recall those places. The biggest downer for me is I can't recall family members' faces if I'm not looking at them. Oh my God. Daydreaming is an Another one I wish I could conjure imagery for. I have a quite imaginative mind, but neither of these tools I deal with almost exclusively in concepts. I'm surprised it does not impact my life in any other form than lacking any real desire to see beautiful places. Oh my god, that is really sad. They can't imagine their family members' faces?
Literally, when you said that, my brain went to, like, picture all these people.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's weird that I can do it.
That's so sad.
This is not, like, a concept that I, like, ever thought twice about. Like, I thought we were all the same having this thing. It's just it's weird to think that people can't do that.
There's so many like art exercises here. Imagine. They put another famous one was the artist behind The Little Mermaid was one of the best animators in the history of drawing animation, but
was efficacious.
when he would draw, his mind was blank. And he had no preconception of what he would draw. How do you do that?
That's kind of special.
That's really cool, but
That's
like...
really interesting.
How? Like, he just did it, I guess. I don't know. Like, wow, this is crazy. God. Now I can argue with myself. Literally, though. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so, like they're saying, like, the downsides of having this inner monologue is you being negative self-talk, you second-guessing yourself, doubting yourself, telling yourself you can't do shit, just being mean to yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of just apparently being neutral
all the time. Or even...
What?
That's crazy.
I'm still stuck on the can't imagine things. That's...
Like, not being able to, like, literally, like, popping an image up, you know, in your brain.
I feel like Google right now. Like, my brain.
I'm fucking AI.
Like, whoa. I can access
Ask me anything.
lot of shit.
I can pop it up.
I said, my inner dialogue's like, shut up. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, is it kind of like a survivalist thing, though? Like, because we have an inner dialogue, we have to, like, have a relationship with
like,
it
nurture
it. Because if not, it's just going to go into, like, questioning itself.
I mean, it's,
you know,
it's, like, not... I feel like it might scare some people saying, like, have a relationship with it.
Have a relationship with yourself.
But it's with you. Like,
yeah. It's
if
not like
you're a
outside of you,
positive person, then overall, your inner monologue will be nice to you. And it's, like, normal for it to have... It's so weird to talk about something that's you, like, in third person. Because it's you. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's like I'm talking to the little person in my head.
Like, literally. I literally imagine my brain like SpongeBob. But me in there.
Yeah.
I'm also younger. It's not me now. I don't know why. There's probably something to uncover there. But she's just cuter, I think. Like, imagining me running around is stressful. Imagining little me is funny.
Yeah.
Like a toddler.
She's got it.
She's accessing all the memories.
She's got it down. She probably knows more than me anyway. But yeah, I feel like it's a training with yourself. Like, you have to train your inner voice to be one way or the other. I feel like it's a lot easier to subconsciously negatively train your brain to think negative things and to doubt yourself and all that. And so flipping that into a positive is a bit of a harder job, but once you get it running, I think it's like,
yeah,
it's easier, you know?
It's also just like, I think I don't know. Why have we not talked about this, like, in childhood? Like, hey, do you have an inner monologue? Like, why was that not something we talked about? You know what I'm saying? Or even college. Like, I wasn't asking anybody that.
No.
I mean, I still don't. It's not really a normal question.
Maybe now we
will. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I think I'm telling you, because I think we all didn't, like, second guess it. Like, we just thought everybody was
whatever
able
we
to
had
pull
was
up
normal.
images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not.
Wild still. I can't comprehend it.
It makes me feel icky. Yeah, my partner has to have an inner monologue. Like, that's weird. I said, you can't imagine me when I'm not there? No. Nope.
Kind of reminds me, I feel like it's fucked up, but I feel like people who maybe don't have a inner monologue sometimes, this probably isn't true, but my brain immediately thinks of them as, like, simpletons, where, like,
not simpletons.
They're just, like, probably very content with their life, very, like, easygoing in a way that's just like,
yeah,
complacent.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's something to access there. There's a
Right.
reason why you can't.
Right.
Maybe. I'm not a fucking scientist or therapist.
So, like, I don't know if you guys have seen the show Beef, but anyway, it's not ruining much, but, like, the main character, who's, like, Ali Wong, her and her husband like compliment each other, but I feel like she has an inner dialogue or monologue and he doesn't, because he's just so like complacent, just like whatever with life.
Like, this is life.
Yeah, and I feel like she's constantly down on herself, like going through like the rundown of like, I'm a mean person, or like I'm angry, I'm gonna like do this, and it's just like you can see her struggling internally from the outside, and he's not. And I feel like that's like the difference between the two people. But maybe I'm wrong.
Now I need to know who in my life doesn't have one. I need to know more. I need a scientist, lots of them.
I literally can't think of one person that doesn't have one.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who does and doesn't.
Like, I can think of all the people I spent time with this weekend.
You said that.
I think they all have one.
I'm thinking, like, does everyone in my family have one?
I feel like, yep. For me, yep.
I couldn't just guess it.
My mom has a really mean one. For sure, sometimes. My dad, he's very internal, so I'm assuming he has one.
Like, imagine, okay, an introvert who doesn't have an inner monologue.
Weird.
What do you do?
I don't think that exists.
It has to.
It can't. Because, like, what are you doing?
Okay, that meme, or the person standing in the corner of a party and it's like, they don't know. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, you're sitting in the corner of a party thinking something. Is that not an inner monologue, or is that just a thought?
I think that's just a thought.
Someone needs to tell me the difference between inner monologue
I can't
and
tell
thought.
you because I'm thinking it's the same thing.
I'm like, thoughts
the thing
are
is,
me.
This inner monologue is so integrated into how we think and how we process that, like, without it, I don't think I can think. Like, I feel like this is part of my brain. Like, this is my brain.
They think. I have to remind myself.
They think.
They think.
They think they can imagine.
No,
but
they
it's
can't.
different. Oh, no, imagining. My bad.
Well,
they can remember.
They can be creative.
They can remember.
Yes.
But they can't imagine. It's still not clicking.
Me asking my niece and nephew, do you guys talk to yourselves? They're like, Auntie, what is wrong with you? Anyways, the next thing we want to talk about is 5 things to stop telling yourself, which I don't know what those 5 things are.
I thought we were going to like come up with it before, but
let's just on the fly. One thing.
I think like maybe something about like worth. Like, not that like, I feel like obviously like telling yourself you're worthless is a very like negative thing.
Yeah.
But something that's like more negative neutral would be like, I can't do that because, or like, I'm not deserving of it because, you know. Stop saying that.
Okay.
Because then you're really training your brain to like, that's the first thought that goes when you're getting an opportunity.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something positive to say instead. Like, I'm discovering my purpose. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Not
depending on what your worth is
I'm
about.
in my flop era.
I said that one out loud. That one came out.
That one came
loud. What else? I feel like they could all be about body. All 5 are about your body.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
But like, you know, negative things about your body. Stop saying, I look this in a negative way. I just don't want to give an example because I don't want to give nobody ideas if you don't already have them. Yeah, instead say like, I'm so strong, or I'm learning to treat my body nicer.
Or I'm like,
I don't know. You got something in your eyelash over there?
yeah.
What's your inner dialogue saying over there?
Just like, girl, literally.
Girl, fix it.
It's hurting. Body ones are very, very
Or just physical appearance. Like, your makeup looks like shit today. Like,
literally, that one speaks really loud. I think something that I've been doing with my inner dialogue in terms of my appearance, I just say, you're not going to remember what this looks like in 5 years. Like, you're not going to remember this moment, like, what you looked like. So who cares?
You remember what you felt.
Yeah. So, like, when I was thinking of, like, my outfits or whatever, like, if I'm upset at it, I'm like
getting ready or whatever.
You're not going to remember this day for what you were wearing. You're going to remember for what you were feeling and what you were experiencing. It's like, when I think back on birthdays, I'm like, I don't remember most of the things I wore.
Yeah.
Maybe unless, like, I bought this specific dress for this thing.
Right.
But I don't think, like, I looked fucking snatched and, like, I love, like, you know, like, fuck off. Like, I'm not thinking that.
That's fair. That's a good one. I was going to say, like, something working off of the body, but I can't remember it now. Oh, like, being obsessed with yourself is kind of a crazy thought. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it's helping my inner dialogue or monologue. Sorry, I keep calling it a dialogue.
Yeah, because she's just gonna revert back what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm like, slay. Like, and then I look back at the pic sometimes, I'm like,
But you thought it was a slay.
but in the moment I was like, it could have been a slay.
It could have been a slay.
No.
Logan had done this thing for like a while. I don't know if we talked about it recently because she brought it up, but she was like, I was literally being delusional to a point where I was just like saying shit to myself in the mirror with like, she was like, I kept telling myself I was so skinny and so fly and that like I'm everything, and she just kept doing that like delusionally, like where she was just like laughing and like
not
being
laughing,
crazy and like giving
insane.
And then it not that she like got skinnier necessarily, but like I think mentally she exuded like something different, and no joke, like everybody in our life told her that she looked like she lost weight and that she looked thinner and like that she looked good and strong and stuff like that, and it was just like weird.
I'm telling you,
the mind is powerful.
The mind is literally powerful, because then you even if you didn't like lose weight or change your appearance or anything, you just start acting confident and like you deserve that.
Yeah.
Okay, brain, come on. Connect the dots.
Connect the dots, bitch.
Shit.
You're in there. Can you just fix the wiring?
Yeah. Just baby me. With the fucking wires. That's what's
happening.
With the wires
trying to fix it.
I don't know if I have any other habits.
I don't know that I have 5, but you know, just those little tidbits is what we have to offer.
Yeah, those are big.
And yeah, I guess that's part of like the habits too, to like start is just having like this track that's like in positive light. It's like working for your best versus like your downfall, I guess.
You know what I think would help? I'm not a therapist, so don't come for me. I don't know. But visualizing, since we're, you know, imaginative ass people over here, imagining you like throwing away the bad thoughts, like literally picturing it and being like,
you know what I do?
Disgusting.
I'm a person who loves to shower to get like a clear head again. So I literally like visualize them like sliming off of me and like washing away like into the drain. Yeah. Try something in some version where you're like getting rid of them.
Now I'm like, wait. So have we only been giving advice to people who have inner monologues? Because a lot of this shit has to do with thinking.
Girl, they can think.
I know they can think, but they can't. Do they imagine slime coming off their bodies? No. I don't think they can do that. They can't imagine an orange. They can't imagine bad thoughts.
Calling them simpletons again after I said it.
I'm sorry. I don't think you're dumb. I really don't. You're probably really smart.
I just can't understand you.
That's it. We just don't get each other. I literally need to ask.
You and me,
everyone.
We're different.
You and me, baby, we're maybe not meant to be, because... But keep listening to the podcast.
We should get somebody on here who's like
doesn't have one.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I need to like figure it out.
Comment if you do not have one.
We should ask Mark if he has one.
Period.
We're gonna be on a podcast, one that we've been on before with our friend Mark. We're gonna.
I bet he has one.
He probably has
one.
one.
No, he has one. Whatever. We'll see. I'm just really in amazement that people out there are doing
life this way.
What's in that brain of yours? It's black. Really? What if you're scared of the dark?
That's a scary thought.
Well, they don't imagine it, though. They don't imagine it being black in there.
It's just, like, normal. It's comforting.
It's like brown noise.
So do people like that even have to meditate?
They better. This can't be just all of us in this together.
It's probably just easy to meditate, right? Like, easier. Because you don't have, like, this fucking thing just ping-ponging.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's... great.
Slay.
Wow. I really do have a lot of thoughts still.
But it's like stuff we can't answer for ourselves.
No, it's just lots of more questions.
More questions.
Thoughts.
Yeah.
Lots of questions.
This is going to be a part 2 or some point.
Yeah,
with a person who doesn't have one.
We'll come back to this.
This is a tab.
We put a tab in it, babe.
Imagine the tab.
I literally pictured the tab.
Same.
I said, Google Chrome. What was yours?
Mine was like a binder tab.
Oh!
I like slid the little note in. But it didn't have any like writing, but I just slid the note in.
I was just like Google tab.
Different tabs.
Wow, we have different tabs too. Honestly. Holy shit. That's crazy.
I'm like freaked out about this concept.
I'm literally just gonna go on a date and just let's only talk about the inner.
You go on a few dates, you're like, I'm just here to talk about whether or not you have
I'm doing
any-
some research, actually, for my podcast.
Oh, God.
Fuck me. That's hilarious. Okay, well, that's it for this week's episode. But please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you have an inner monologue, because that shit's insane.
And what does she say?
What does she tell you? Hopefully good things.
Hopefully good things. But anyway, we'll catch y'all on Friday's episode for Glowing Hour. Please interact with our socials, with our comment section. Follow us everywhere. Subscribe.
Rate the show. Give us all the love.
For sure. For sure. But anyway, we'll catch you on Friday. Bye.